Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore.
Go on.
I don't want to.
Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. All in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this, I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honest, honestly don't. I should be the last to know.
Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. We're having a very slow Sunday. And also the theme of this vlog is really just taking it easy. I think this is Mother Nature telling me I need to be more gracious with myself and to slow down and to enjoy the slower days because I got really sick. I'm still fighting for my life trying to get better. I've been sick for almost 2 weeks now and I'm still not over it. A few days ago, I was like really beating myself up because I was like, I'm not having the productive start that, you know, I envisioned for 2025 for the new year. It's so hard because like everyone's just kind of going like full steam ahead for the new year and like just super motivated to go after their goals. And I've just been like rotting, trying to get better. And so it's kind of discouraging. I was like, dang, like I wish I could do more, but my body was just like, girl, you need to literally rest. We are begging you. So this is me taking it easy and trying not to be harsh on myself because I just want to get better at this point so I can still have a productive first month of the new year. So yeah, that's the theme for today's vlog. Happy New Year. I hope 2025 is treating you well. If you're sick, I hope you're on the come up. I hope you're getting better. And I'm right there with you. And there's no need to feel like you're behind because we just literally can't help it right now. We're just trying to get better. But anyways, I have a few updates for you guys. I feel like every time I make a new vlog, I have like bullet points of like what I want to talk about and update you guys about. And so the first thing that comes to mind is that amidst all this rotting behavior we've been having going on, I've had a lot of downtime to consume. Like to consume all forms of art is how I'm calling it, okay? I've been watching Yellowstone. Tell me why it's taking me this long to watch Yellowstone. I am devouring it. We're at the end of season 4. We're probably gonna start season 5 tonight by the way that we're going through this show. Yellowstone is so good. Like, I'm not a country girl, okay? But for the first time in my life, I feel the urge to wear a cowboy hat. Like, I'll put on some boots. I'll yeehaw. I wanna go horseback riding. I wanna like just be a cowgirl. One thing I will not do is listening to country music. I'm sorry. I just can't do it. There's like, it just does not do it for me, okay? But I love the vibes. I do love the vibes. I get the hype, you know, of the rancher lifestyle. I get the hype being a cowboy. So yeah, we've been devouring that show. I've also been reading quite a bit. In December, I read 7 books, and that was also because I was like sick, so I was just bedridden. But this morning, I finished Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli, and this is our January book of the month in the Besties book club. I haven't been really vlogging, so I wanted to start this with you guys with the vlog, but I just was too sick to even talk to the camera. But I finished it this morning, and I fear we may have started the new year with a 5-star read. I don't know, but you guys know I like to sleep in my readings, so I'm gonna give it a day. Circle back because I don't want to give an impulse rating on how I feel right now. I want the day to reflect on some certain parts that happened, reflect on the characters, and reflect really if this is like embodying a 5-star read. But yeah, I am so glad we started off 2025 with this book as our first book of the month in the book club. This book delivered. So good. I can't stop thinking about it. And the second book actually comes out next month. So I'm very excited to pick up the second book. Another life update is that I got a new camera. So I don't know if you noticed, but this has like face tracking. This is like really advanced. This is the DJI Osmo pocket 3. I also don't know where to look. Like the viewfinder's here, but like the lens is here. This is a lot of getting used to, and I'm also just not used to the face tracking. This is insane. It's a literal gimbal, so it just like will follow me. Ooh, dang, this thing's fast. It's like, oh my gosh, this thing is actually fast. I'm gonna give myself whiplash. But influenced my bestie Gabby to get this camera. They have a deal going on at Costco, so I ran, okay? Picked it up and I was like, you know what? This is gonna be the new vlogging camera along with my Canon G7X and my little DJI action camera, because this one is not like waterproof or adventure proof, whereas my little action camera is. And I want to keep this one because this winter we are gonna be outside. This is the winter where I start to love winter and love the snow. I had such a great time at the mountain January 1st with the run club. Just being out in nature was just so refreshing. And I am ready to embark on my snow loving journey. I absolutely loved it. It was so beautiful. I really want to learn how to snowboard. I've skied before, not the biggest fan of it, but I really want to learn how to snowboard. And I also want some like cute pics in the snow. Like, is that a crime for wanting to start a hobby so we can take cute pics? I don't think so. But anyways, we're just gonna have a slow Sunday together. It's 11:50 right now. At 12 we have our December books of the month recap in the book club. Read How My Neighbor Stole Christmas and Court of Winter in December. They weren't like amazing reads for me. I think I rated it like a 2.5 and a 2 if I'm remembering correctly, but nonetheless I love to yap with the besties in the book club, so we're gonna do that. So yeah, let's just have a slow cozy Sunday together.
With the narrator, I would space between lines, like
So I've made the decision that I'm gonna have a 2025 reading journal. At first I was really against having a physical journal for my books because I already use Fable and Goodreads. I didn't want to add another journal into my collection. I already have my daily journal, which is like the thing I use to brain dump, to mood board, to put just like everything in. And then I also have my Spanish journal for my weekly lessons with my suegra. Absolutely love that. And I was so torn to add another journal into my collection because I just felt like it'd be excessive. But at the same time, I think it's just really cool to like document anything and everything you're interested in. And I want to be the person, like when I get older, to look back on all the things that I was interested in and then reading about them through my journals and like the physical things that I kept near and dear. So I just think it's really cute that I want to document all of my interests and just document like everything that's going on in my life. I don't know how to explain it, but I just think it's like really emo and sentimental doing this. Anyways, this is my book journal. I need to like add my book club stickers in here, but I wanted to show you guys my book ABCs. I think I'm gonna participate in this because I've seen a few book girlies do this and I think it's so fun. Essentially, you read a book of every letter of the alphabet. Clearly, I have some missing. I'm missing E, F, P, U, V, W, X, and Y. So clearly, I have some research to do. If you guys have any recs for those letters, please comment down below. You guys know my favorite genre is fantasy, and I would like to kind of stick in that realm unless there's a book that you are so passionate about that I should read that's from a different genre. I'm all ears and I'm down to try anything. I want to diversify my reads this year. I feel like majority of my reads are in the fantasy realm, actually mostly all of them. But I would please ask, do not recommend me any like regular romance books. If it's gonna be romance, I would prefer a dark romance. I want something morally gray, if I'm gonna be completely honest. So I just can't do like the feel good romance books anymore. I want to keep the book ABCs all fiction. I kind of want to have a separate TBR for my nonfiction books. I do want to read more nonfiction books this year, so that'll be a whole different page of my book journal. But that is all that I have, and I used sticker sheets instead of regular paper and glue. I'm absolutely obsessed. I bought this pack off of Amazon. It's basically the same size as like a standard printer paper, and it just makes it so much cleaner looking, and I feel way less wasteful in that sense because I constantly have to buy glue. It just looks a lot cleaner and nicer. Yeah, that is my reading journal so far. Obviously not a lot of things going on, but I don't want to rush like what I want to do with this because I want to be intentional about it. I'm not gonna lie, I do not like the aesthetic of book journals that I see on the internet. I think I just want something really minimalistic and not a lot of color, if I'm gonna be honest. This is just my taste. I don't like a lot of like highlighter color in my journals. The only color I'm gonna be doing is the cover of this journal. I wanna keep it like unique to me and my taste and not just be influenced by the internet girlies or the booktuber girlies of like how colorful their journals look like. It's very cute for them. I just do not like a lot of color in my journal. So I'm just gonna keep it mostly like black and white, and then the covers of the books will add the color. But anyways, I'm going to do a little evening reading session. Right now we're doing a book sprint in the book club, and I want to join in with this book, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. One of the squares on the bingo card for this month is to have a bestie choose your next read. And so I just popped in the chat. I was like, hey, someone choose my next read. And they chose The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I was hoping and praying for because we have a buddy read going on as well. So I'm gonna start this right now and kind of just like wind down for the day. Also, can we take a moment for the cover? I'm obsessed with the aesthetic of this book and the synopsis. I'm very excited to start this book. Good morning, besties. Another day fighting for my life, trying to get better again. It is the first Monday of the new year, and I wanted to have a earlier, more productive start, but I think my body is just fighting so hard to get better right now. So I slept in a little bit till about like 8:30, and now I'm getting my day started. The only things that are really on my agenda today is to go grocery shopping and to do some work for my boyfriend's company. And then I really want to make time to go on a run today because the sun is finally out. Not even to be dramatic, this is real. Oregon has not seen the sun for the past 2 weeks. Like, it's been pouring for the past 2 weeks and just so gloomy. So it's the first sunny day of the year. So I really want to make use of it, get my errands done, and make time to go on a run. I don't know what I'm aiming for, but I want to run more than a 5K today. I went to Run Club on Saturday and I actually PR'd in a 5K. So I'm just feeling good. The vibes are good. My body feels so good and well rested. And I just want to take advantage of the sunshine. So that is the agenda today. Taking it easy, getting our things done, but also I want to go on a run. Also, I read so much yesterday. I kind of stayed up around like 11 p.m. reading because I am intrigued. Look how much I read last night. I read 158 pages, nearing 50% done. So far, I'm really obsessed with the author's writing style. She just writes so beautifully. I've been tabbing and underlining some quotes that I really love. She's just so eloquent. Is that the right word? So far, the storyline is very intriguing. We're flipping between the past and the present. And whenever we flip back to the past, my heart breaks a little bit just reading about the experiences that Addie has gone through. But then when we flip back to the present, it's like I get really excited because new things have been coming into her story and a new person has come into her story. It's a very interesting sort of dynamic. I usually don't really care for past and present flips, but this one is done really well so far. I'm really excited to see where this book takes us. Yeah, I've been devouring. I've also been trying to update my Goodreads and my Fable more often. Like, my Holy Trinity apps right now are the Discord for the Besties Book Club, Fable, and Goodreads. my holy trinity, okay? I want to do better about like updating my apps in that sense, like updating where I'm at, keeping my reading streak on Fable. And I love when people update their Goodreads like as they're reading and like what they're thinking. So I want to do that as well. So I've been trying to remember to do that with this book. It's honestly just fun to like document how you're feeling while you're reading these books on these apps. So I've just been loving it. But anyways, let's start our day. Let's go to the grocery store, get some food for the week, because being that I can't really control how fast I get better with my cold, I can control what I'm putting into my body, and I want to be more mindful about what I'm consuming. So let's try our best to start the week off on the best note. I just got home from grocery shopping and I wanted to share something because I don't know if this is me aging, maturing, growing up, but can we talk about the thrill of couponing? So I've never been like a couponer whatsoever, but my mother-in-law like has been telling me to download like the Safeway apps, Walgreens apps, because they always have like weekly deals. I've always looked at couponing as like something super tedious and not like a big reward at the end. I am wrong. I have been missing out for so long. So this morning I actually was going through the Safeway app to clip any like deals for the week. Just from taking 30 minutes out of my day to curate my list and to clip coupons, I saved $45 today. I took $45 off my grocery bill. The thrill and the high of seeing your total at the register just go down $45 is insane. I love the rage, I love the thrill, and I'm trying to be more mindful of like what we're buying, because one of my intentions this year is to stop wasting food and to really think through what we're going to be eating for the week. And also we just have big health goals this year, so we need to be more mindful of what we're consuming, and I want to plan out our meals because that way we stay on track with our wellness goals and also to prevent wasting money and wasting food. I've had a planner on my iPad for quite some time. I just kind of like was super inconsistent with it. So I decided to use the meal planner part of it. And I just wrote down like my breakfasts for the week, lunches, snacks, and then dinners. Seeing it all written out is just so much easier to make my grocery list. I was just really intentional about it. And you guys, the thrill of saving $45 from your grocery bill is very fun, I have to say. Like, is this adulting? Is this growing up? So yeah, that was my dopamine hit to start off the week. This is your sign. Download your like local grocery store app, or like actually look through the deals that they have going on, because I had so many points. I had a $10 off total coupon. I had so many other different like member savings. It was actually insane. I get the hype, I get the rage, and I will definitely be doing this every single time I go to the grocery store. So yeah, our biggest task of the day is done and I feel good. But now let's head out to my boyfriend's office to get some work done. It's 7:25 right now. After I run, I ate dinner and cleaned up the house a bit into my nighttime routine so I can read the rest of the night, have just like 2 hours of uninterrupted reading time. That was my first like longish run since the half marathon. And honestly, I had mixed feelings about today's run. Like, I was really pumped up to do it because I think I was just so excited from PRing on the 5K I ran on Saturday. My intention for this run was to just get past a 5K, but for some reason I just kept focusing on my pacing. I think I just got into my head because again, I was so excited from PRing. I just kept thinking, I was like, okay, I want to get around that same pacing or below it or just stick around it. The first 2 miles were fine. But then mile 3 is when there was some slight elevation change and it was like a fat hill, and I just kept focusing on pacing rather than like my breathing and how my body was feeling. And because of that, mile 3 just really took me out. I was mentally just over it. I was exhausted. And so I think because of that, I just was mentally checked out by the time I got to mile 3. And I was like, okay girl, let's wrap it up. Let's walk home. My route was like pretty far from the house. So I was like, I'm not trying to walk this whole time. So I was just like, girl, chill out with trying to like have your same pace. Like, it's obviously going to fluctuate. And so next thing you know, mile 4 passed. And so I was like, you know, let's just push 1 more mile. So we got to around like mile 5 and I was like, okay, what's the point of stopping right now? Let's just run all the way home. I ended up running 6.68 miles and I'm very proud of myself for just sticking to it and kind of overcoming that mental battle that I had, because again, I just went into my run with a really bad mindset of like wanting to beat my pace, but like this run wasn't for pacing purposes. This run was to just get mileage in. So it's just crazy. My mind was just playing tricks on me. I was like, girl, we're not even concerned about pacing. We're not even trying to train for pacing right now. So this was a good reminder that you can do hard things. My biggest enemy is my mindset sometimes. So just going through that and dealing with it was just really like empowering at the end of the day. I feel good and I'm just glad that I got that run in. I did it for the Strava. I love posting on Strava. And so I actually don't feel as tired as I thought I'd be. So that's a really good sign. Like I'm getting more accustomed to building up my mileage. Before a 6-mile run, I'd be like limping around the house. I'm not getting up, Uber Eating, like I'm not cooking. But as soon as I got home, I hopped in the shower, started cooking immediately, and now I'm just chilling and I'm gonna sleep early tonight because I signed up for Le Gris class, 7 a.m. tomorrow. So, and that's why I wanted to do my nighttime routine early so I could just have 2 hours of unbothered reading time, just lounging. And you guys, I'm absolutely devouring this book. So let's get some nighttime reading in. I just finished getting ready for the day. I had a very early morning and I had my first Le Gris class of the new year. Finally feeling so much better. I'm like 90% over this cold. But anyways, today is more so work focused for my boyfriend's company. I have a lot of things to do for him. We're gonna see what the day holds for us because I just really want to get out of the house, and if that means I need to go to my boyfriend's office to do that and work, then I will do it. Yeah, that is the agenda. It's already 8:30 and I made some Mexican hot chocolate, of course, my abuelita. And then I have some bread to dip it. Do some bookish things. I will be embarking on my reading journal era this year. There's something about like documenting your hobbies, both digitally and like physically. I don't know. I just am really in my documentation era and I just want to do so many things. Since I love reading so much, I just want to physically see things and like also just write about my books in here. So I thought tonight I would do my January TBR and share it with you guys. And then also I've been really wanting to embark on my nonfiction journey. You guys know I'm a fantasy gal. Like 90% of the books that I've read are fantasy. I've had this strange feeling like ever since the new year. I have this overwhelming urge to learn things and to just be well educated and well versed in things. I don't know how to describe it, but I just want to be more intellectual. And I think the reason why I didn't love nonfiction books is because when I think of nonfiction, I automatically think of like self-help books or entrepreneurial books. And those can get very repetitive and they just kind of sometimes feel like just words being like spat at you of like what to do, how to fix your life, how to change yourself, etc. And there are some self-help and entrepreneurial nonfiction books that I absolutely love, but the ones that I did not like just put such a bad taste in my mouth that I just thought that all nonfiction was self-help or entrepreneurial. But I just completely forgot that nonfiction includes like memoirs, history, biographies, etc. And those are really interesting to me. And I just want to be smarter. I want to be more intellectual. I want to know more about things that I don't know. Like, for instance, that sentence, like, come on, girl. We need to read some nonfiction. But yeah, I've just been having this urge to read some nonfiction and build my nonfiction TBR for the year. I didn't read any nonfiction last year at all. And so I really want to change that. And honestly, I don't really have like a number goal for the amount of nonfiction books I want to read this year. I will say a goal of mine is to fall in love with nonfiction books, to have like a good like balance between fiction and nonfiction. And so I was doing research earlier today, and so I built a little list. I thought I'd put it in my reading journal. I need to finish doing my book ABCs. The book club besties helped me out with book recommendations for my missing letters like E, F, P, and then some other ones as well. So I want to fill in the rest of that, make my nonfiction TBR, and I think I want to make a page for my January TBR of like mini books. I think that'd just be so fun. I think this is just like an experience of going through your 20s. Like I just have this itch to learn so many things and to do so many things. It's kind of overwhelming. I just want to be like a physical media consumer. The only online media I want to consume is like YouTube, the Discord for the Besties Book Club, and Patreon. Like that's literally it. I just have this itch to have things physically and to read and to just be a more intellectual woman, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, let's do some bookish things together. Besties, I just got ready for the day. I'm gonna head out to the office and do some work there instead of being at home. I had a very cozy start to the morning. I need to make it a habit to start my days like this every day with reading and just like having those few hours to myself unbothered. I actually read quite a bit this morning. I'm absolutely devouring The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's so beautifully written. I'm really intrigued with the storyline, so I'm really excited to see this one through and see what happens at the end. But as of right now, I'm absolutely loving it. It's kind of giving 4.5 stars right now, honestly. I think I'm around 60% done. I'm kind of sad that it's like gonna start coming to a close soon, but regardless, I had such a cozy morning. I totally forgot to show you guys my reading journal last night. So we have the book ABCs. I'm kind of annoyed with myself that I printed them out a little too big, so they don't all fit on this page, but I didn't want to like redo it and waste a bunch of paper. So we have A through R on this section, and then the remaining is on the second page. I still need a book for the letter X, so if you have any book recommendations with the letter X, please send them my way. It doesn't need to be fantasy, I just want a good rec from you. But as I read them throughout the year, I'm gonna put my rating like maybe just like underneath each book. But it's just so satisfying to see your TBR in like mini books form. I don't know. And then I also did my nonfiction TBR. I was mentioning last night how I'm excited to get back into nonfiction. And so these are the books that I've been wanting to read for quite some time now, but just never did. So there's this one, Black Swans. The cover is just so pretty, but this is like memoir style. If I'm remembering correctly, Doppelganger kind of addresses the societal issues that happened with COVID. Also, the cover just is so cool. John Ken Po, I actually have this book. It's in my living room, and it's essentially kind of like a history book. It talks about Japanese Americans in Hawaii. It's going to be a very unique read because I am half Japanese and I was born and raised in Hawaii. So I'm really intrigued to learn more about the history there. The Age of Magical Overthinking, self-explanatory. Belong Deeply to Myself, self-explanatory. Love the cover. Smart Brevity, The Power of Saying More with Less. The Creative Act, A Way of Being. I have this book and I've actually read 75% of it, but I want to reread it and actually absorb the information and take notes. And then Flow, which is The Psychology of Optimal Experience. As I do more research about nonfiction, I want to add a few more in here. I definitely think I can read more than these, but these are the ones that are really calling my name lately. And then I set up my January spread. I didn't know how I was going to do this one, so this is kind of like a test run, but this is my TBR, and then as I read them, I want to put the rating, and then I also want to maybe put like favorite quotes, or just kind of like my general review. I already do reviews on both Fable and Goodreads, so I don't think I want to do individual book reviews for every single book that I read because that's just a lot. But I do want to write down quotes that I really resonate with or that I really love. But I had a really cute idea that I haven't done yet. I want to do a book club spread, and it's gonna have all the books that we read together in the book club for 2025. I think that'll be such a cute journal spread. So stay tuned for that. I think I'm gonna make that one at the end of the month when I have like more things to print off. But yeah, I'm excited. The dopamine hit that this gives me is actually very, very comforting. I just love physical documentation of things. But anyways, I thought we would have a productive day together. Let's head to the office and get some work done.